Yo, what's up? Dante here, back with another video. Today's video, it's more of a recap of a video I did earlier this year. Basically titled, I Still Read Too Much Manga. Essentially what I did is I just showed you what I was reading at the time, all the series. As you can see behind me in my Caught Up tab. So this is my favorites. This is everything I've caught up on since I made that video, and that was like in March. So we're going on 9 months, and a lot of stuff has come out. A lot of surprising things have returned. I'll get to that in a minute. But yeah, I just want to give a short little recap of what I've been reading and what's changed. So right now I am on Blue Exorcist. I think I'm finishing up the chapter before this, and yeah, let me see. Oh no, so I'm on the latest chapter. Okay, cool. So I'm on the latest chapter right now. Um, so yeah, I'm about to catch up to that. And we all know this is a monthly series. So after I've catch up on it, there won't be most likely there won't be another chapter till February because I don't expect the chapter to be out early January. That's still New Year's. So probably expect the chapter if you're in the Blue Exorcist. Highly recommend it. Um, yeah, you probably won't get another chapter till till February. We also got this right here, Goku Rakugai. Very new series. It's 14 chapters. This is also a monthly chapter, a monthly series. So apparently, I guess this came out late last year. It had to be because it's a monthly series. That's crazy how quick this year has gone. Because this series, or maybe it was one of those things when, let me see, that goes on. I always love this picture right here with these two. Let's see, when did they release the first? Okay, so yeah, they released the first six chapters in March. Okay, so this came out early this year. Okay, I was like, this can't be. But yeah, this is a monthly series. Um, very good, another good show, another good manga. Excuse me. Uh, I don't know. It's got a different feel to it, but it's get your normal young protagonist who's got something inside of him that changes him, and he doesn't know what he is. Type of story, typical shonen, but it's a little. I don't know. It's a little bit. I don't know. It's a refresher. It's a refreshing series. I love the art. The art is amazing in it. I didn't mean to make this like like a review or anything, but like just after reading the first 14 chapters, um, I'm not sure. I mean, I guess we know the end goal. I guess if you read it, you know. I guess the end goal will be, you know, it'll have to do something with the main character. I'm gonna leave it at that. But definitely check this out. This is good. If you like shonen, obviously if you like, obviously if you're on the shonen Viz app or whatever, you like action, you like shonen. So yeah, definitely check this out. Also, biggest surprise of the year: d.gray released like 15 chapters. Jesus Christ! Right, they released. There's no things on there. Why is it doing that? That's weird. Oh, why is it showing it like that? Okay, so it's not showing dates. But I was checking earlier this week. I was checking, you know, I opened up the app and I saw they added like 15 chapters. I'm like, whoa, where did this come from? This was the biggest surprise I've gotten in manga this year. For real, for real. I had given up on this because I was like, okay, they stopped at 2:30. I don't expect. I've heard the news and the stuff about the mangaka, and I was like, it is what it is. If I never if I never read any more d.gray mine, it is what it is. I'm not tripping over it. The fact that they got 230, the fact that they had 230 chapters to begin with on the app is amazing anyway. But the d.gray mine is awesome. Very good show. Definitely, if you like Victorian era, I guess if you, well, not, I guess no, I guess whatever's after Victorian era Britain, the UK is very like it's, you can tell it's very like late 1800s, early 1900s England. It's got monsters, demons, fighting, weapons, transformations. It's a very cool story. Definitely check it out. See that you got Chainsaw Man. I caught up that. You got Jujutsu Kaisen. Caught up on that. Cypher Academy. I really like. My only thing about Cypher Academy, you have to be very. What's the word? You have to be very. What's the word? You need to be very, very, very. What's the word for it? You have to be very not astute. You need to be very. I can't think of the word, but you need to be paying attention when you read this because it's a very wordy manga, not in a bad way, but it's a lot of dialogue and it's very what's the word? It's very golly, what is the word? It's like I'm not gonna say intelligent because you don't have to be like a well, I'll say this: you do need to really understand Japanese because there's a lot of stuff that there's a lot of puns and phrases that if you're not Japanese or you don't know the Japanese language or the culture, it's not going to make much sense to you. Because even when I'm reading this, I'm like, how did like some of this stuff is like it's so detailed. Like, how did you get this translated? You know what I'm saying? For English speaking, for English reading readers, it's actually impressive though. But yeah, it's very wordy. It's a lot of dialogue, but it's very so the premise about it, Cypher Academy. It's that trope. It's one boy in a school that's all female, and apparently ciphers are like they're war soldiers, but they don't fight on the front line. They're like the behind the scenes, the intel, um, espionage, cracking codes type stuff. It's very very cool. Definitely highly recommend. Akane-banashi that's caught up to has been going on strong. I like where the series is going, and it's just cool. It's not action, obviously. This is kind of actiony, but this isn't action. It's more of drama. It's more about the performing arts. If you're a performing arts person, definitely check this out. I think I said that last time. Um, it breaks it down in a way where you understand the culture. Very good. Mission Yuzakura family still going strong. If you've been catching up, it's in the end game. This is probably the final arc of it's the mini arc. It's the final mini arc of the old overarching um, time skip. I'll say that. There's a slight spoil. It's in the time skip. But yeah, I've been messing with this heavy. Read this every week. A new one. News Exorcist. This came out. I guess 29. So I guess 29. 20, it's about 4 or 5 months ago. Um, it's a very good manga. I've been enjoying it so far. Um, I like the characters. I like the design. I like the art. I like the premise. It ain't nothing you never read before or seen before. Like I said, a lot of this is very typical shonen. A lot of tropey stuff, but I don't know, man. It's just something about it. I got the story is intriguing enough where I can overlook the tropes and keep reading on a weekly basis. Because like there's some stuff on there I'll get into where like it's so hard to read this on a weekly basis. I'm surprised I got this far. Like that was I know this is going to be a big shocker to people. Jujutsu Kaisen, that Shibuya arc was so hard to read for me for some reason. I don't know what it was because I didn't know anything about it, and I've been reading Jujutsu Kaisen before they well I think like right I think I started reading it right before the manga before the anime came up. So I'm you see I'm chapter 240. I'm well past what they've shown in the anime. But I don't know. Reading it was just Jesus Christ. It's the same thing with World Trigger. World Trigger has gotten to the point where it's like, bro, we're doing the same. They basically they've taken like a couple. You know that meme was like, hey, let me copy your homework. All right, but to make sure you can't tell. And it's like the slightest change, but it's the same arc over again. Now, granted, been a little bit more story elements in World Trigger that have been revealed, but yeah, they're just now finally getting to something like interesting to me in World Trigger. The problem is World Trigger is another monthly series, so who knows how long it is before they actually get to the meat and potatoes. Kill Blue, another newer manga that came out. This is funny as hell. This is actually really funny. It's about a about a hitman who mysteriously turns into a little boy. So it's essentially you take Conan, you take Case Closed, but instead of a detective, he's a hitman, and then he kind of has to relive middle school in a new light and try to figure out how to turn back into an adult. But it's also a twist. He has to he gets roped up into a romance with this rich girl who is being pursued by a bunch of suitors because they get to be like the heir of her dad's conglomerate. It sounds ridiculous, it's crazy, but it's actually very funny. It's actually very heartwarming in some episodes, in some chapters. Beat in Motion, another new one. I think this is like a bi-weekly series I've been reading. Uh, this is essentially a story about two young adults. I think they're both in college, which is another cool thing. They actually base these kids in college, not in like high school or middle school, which is cool. I like that. We need something for like the older audience. So it's essentially these two. So this guy right here, he is a illustrator, and she is I guess she's a musician, and they mysteriously meet up one day out of pure coincidence, and they find out about each other's hidden artistic secrets, and they kind of come together and form. Um, They kind of turn into like a I guess technically like a music group. I guess so. He helps her make like the visuals for her music. It's pretty cool. Essentially, if you've seen YouTube with like all those like anime type music videos, AMVs, not to that extent, but like like a lot of songs have like visual lyrics and stuff like that, and like music videos. That's kind of what it is. It's actually cool. Um, but yeah, this also it's getting to like in the backstory stage, but I like it though. Like it's a lot like these two right here kind of these two mangas are they kind of cleanse the palate for like these four right here. It's weird they're all in a square. These four right here kind of make reading these like a lot more tolerable because if it was just pure action I was reading, like everything was just fighting and action, I don't know if I could keep up with all that. I gotta have something to slow it down from time to time. Then we got Spy X Family. We know about that. Um, Nothing crazy. Nothing. I'm not. Well, so they just had like a kind of an arc recently that just ended, um, and it was it had me on the edge of my seat. I was like, "There's no way. Is this finally the time? Is this going to happen?" But yeah, definitely check out Spy X Family. Have not watched the show either. and I'm gonna get into why I made this video in the first place. Kaiju number 8, obviously they got the animes coming out. Um, I've been on Kaiju number 8 heavy. I was, I think at one point I got to the point where my list was like caught up to, and I was bored and I wanted to read something. And I like Kaiju, I like monsters. I mess with the Godzillas and Kongs and stuff like that, Pacific Rim. And so I was like, let me check this out. And it is just amazing. It really is, man. So many characters get their shine. That's what I love. If a show runs long enough, an anime runs, a manga runs long enough, if you do it right, everyone should get their shine. And it's like a lot of characters got their shine in this the current arc they're in. Nisei Koi, I've been trying to get back into this and reading it. The problem is everything else just kind of overtakes it because by the time I get into this, it's already Sunday, and all the new chapters, like tomorrow, the new chapters are going to drop at like what 10, 11 Eastern time, and so all this stuff is going to hit again. Well, most of this stuff, like every from Chainsaw Man, all this. If you follow the Arrow, I'm pretty sure all this stuff is getting new chapters. And not, I don't think this. I think this is next week because this is a Thursday release for Kaiju number 8. Sarah for the End. I am on the latest chapter, or second to last chapter. Yeah. So the newest chapter came out. I got to go back. So the thing is I do this every week, or whenever the chapter's released. I go back and read the latest chapter just to refresh myself, and then I read the newest one. It's especially good for like monthly series because a lot of stuff I was like, what happened? Some of this stuff that's monthly, like this one and Blue Exorcist, I'm like, what happened last month? And I was like, I read it like, oh, okay, cool, refresher. That's what's up. Sarah for the End. I tried to watch this back in the day twice. I could not get past that first episode. Apparently, this is another series that they changed stuff from the manga. They changed stuff in the anime from the manga, so it's not the same. And that kind of turns me off. Like I don't want to read that. I don't want to watch that if y'all gonna change certain elements of it to that extent. But yeah, Severed End it's been going hard. There was a lull. I ain't gonna lie. At a certain point, I was like, "What are we doing, bro? Like this is this is we spending time on, bro. We in the apocalypse. We doing this stuff that just really ain't gonna push the story. You see right caught up. Ichinose Family Deadly Sin. This is a very very weird trippy series. But if you like drama, family drama, you like, I guess you could say supernatural, psychological type stuff, stories. Definitely give this a shot. This ain't gonna be for I can tell this is not gonna be for a lot of people. There may be some stuff that's gonna hit you. I know when I was reading it, I was like, damn, this is like eerily similar to my family situation to some degree. I mean, it's not this extreme. Like this is like a very extreme take on it. I'm like, but there's some stuff, and it's like, okay, I can see that. Like some stuff, I think every family goes to this at some point. World Trigger, I was talking about that. Some part of me is reading this just to keep up with the story, but they gotta these next couple chapters, they need to hit, man. And this has not updated because it says 238. There was no chapter this month. So most likely this is part we're not gonna get another chapter till February as well. Unless we get lucky and they pull something out in January. I wouldn't expect them to pull nothing out beginning of January, just because like people's getting back from break. I mean, it is what it is. Twin Star X is another monthly one. It's been getting hard. This final arc, I love it, man. It's getting there. It's almost. I can tell this is almost got its time. It's probably realistically, I can see. we probably got about 10 to 15 more chapters. Realistic, I can see. Maybe. Yeah, probably about that. Plus the chapters are long. They'd be like 50, 60 page chapters. I'm like, okay, cool. And then we got some smaller stuff I just read on the side. Time Killer. So this is by the same person that created Blue Exorcist. These are just a bunch of short stories. Very cool. It's literally time killing material. If you just want to read something quick and easy. Blade of the Moon Princess. This is another jump. Um, like another one I read. I was like, I needed something different to read. I didn't have nothing. I didn't have nothing to read, and I was like, okay, cool. This is about what it sounds like. Blade of the Moon Princess. She is a moon princess. It's essentially like a story. I guess you can essentially equate it to like Code Geass, not in that same fashion, but like the way they end up in certain situations. You could say, oh, okay, her and Lelouch kind of have like similar backstories, but it's about the same person that made Spy X Family. And if you read it and you look at this girl in the panels, in some of the panels, she looks it. I don't know if this came out first and then Spy X Family or the other way around, but this girl is looks so much like Yor from Spy X Family. It's like, okay, you just took her, aged her up in Spy X Family, or you the other way around. You took Yor and aged her down. But yeah, it's a cool little story. I'm waiting for it. There was another one called Tista. This one, same person. This is I think it's over by the way the last chapter ended. But this is like a hitman or hit woman, I guess. And dog, there's some crazy stuff going on with this girl. Um, Definitely check out like this the person that met. What is her name or his name? Like, see, you look right here. You can't tell me that's not Yor. That is Yor. She got the red eyes, black hair. Tatsuya Endo. Like every like I so much like Tatsuya Endo and the person that makes Chainsaw Man. Because there's some stuff from the Chainsaw Man manga that I read on here. Like you can see Goodbye Eri and what else I got? Look Back. Like yeah, there's a lot. They make some good work. Um, got Do Retry. This one's about boxing in like early World War. Was it World War II? It's about a young poor boy who joins a gang, get into the boxing scene, and it's only 19 chapters. It's very short, but I think it does what it's supposed to. It's supposed to uplift you and like get your spirits up. So I like that. Goodbye Aries by Tatsuya Endo. Um, if you watch a Red Chainsaw Man, it's got the same trippy storytelling elements. This is kind of I think it's like 80 some 90 some pages, but it's good. It's a good read. Tenmaku Cinema. I'm mad this ended so early. This one too, Fabricant 100. These two right here, I'm so and Tokyo Demon Broad story and Ginka and Luna. All these stories ended like at points where it's like there is so much more story to tell, especially in these two specifically. All of them, but like these two specifically, they got to the point where they ended at where they ended, and it's like, wait a minute, there's so much story. I'm like, especially this one, like, come on, dog, this one, there's more demons um, to be revealed. This one, they were just getting started with the story, and then this one was like they only scratched the surface on what they can do with this. I was very disappointed. I understand. Look, if it ain't doing numbers, and the problem is with these series, if they don't do numbers in Japan, they're not going to bring it over to the West. So you kind of got to read it, and then if you get a chance, buy the volumes, and in hope Japan does enough to push these series. Well, they'll bring them over here, and you can we can get more of it because obviously they get first dibs on the volumes. But if they're not buying the volumes, they're not gonna make it. They look at the end of the day, it's a numbers game. It's a money thing. If they don't sell numbers and they don't make money, they're not gonna. It's not gonna. It's not gonna entice them to keep the series going. Unfortunately, but these are very good series. Say they would do retry. I guess it ends on a satisfying note, but you could have done more with this. I guess I feel like the ending was rushed. It was very rushed. Like they really had to get to that fight in order to end it. Don. I hate that this is only on website only. It's so dumb. Like, so the thing about this, if it's like anything that's like 18 plus in the manga, it's not on the app. But like I said before, everybody, everybody that's technically under 18 that have the app, most likely you got a smartphone, so you can just you can log into your web browser and read it. It's an extra step, I guess, for nothing. I forgot about. And did I say look back? I think I did. That's also the Chainsaw Man manga. Aliens Area. That was a quick read. It's a kind of like aliens and like about like I guess it's like it's like what's the word? It's like it's set in the time where like extraterrestrial aliens have like become the norm, and it kind of gets into like the politics of like like illegal immigration and like outside war, outside like terrorism and all that. And this one is another one that's like this could have went somewhere. They ended it too soon. Doron, this all right, cool, my dear. So this one was I think it ended on a satisfying note. I mean, it makes sense the way the story ends. It has to end that way. There's not much more you can do. I just wish there was more story to it. That's all. But I guess what they call it, Dora. I think they were called Dorons, which are like these demons. And he's like a kid, but he doesn't have the magical power to fight Dorons. But with the help of his magical buddy, they kind of become like a tandem. It's like Black Clover, but with demons instead of just magic, I guess. Ruby Dragon, this is on indefinite hiatus. This was like back last year, and there's been no updates. Hopefully, the manga gets better because I think it's been over. It's been like a year and a half. That's adorable. That's so adorable. Yeah, July 24th, 2022. So yeah, it's been over a year and a half. Masaoki Shindo. Hope you get better. Yeah, it says right. This series is currently on. It's not. I doubt it's coming back. And if it is, it's most likely going to change to like a monthly series. And then what else we got? We got Ayayashiman. This was another one that ended too soon. This is like about the underground, like the Yakuza. It's basically like It's basically yokai Yakuza. That's a lot to say. Yokai Yakuza. And he finds this princess one day, and it's like a whole story about her and how these two are connected. They never get far enough with it, and the final fight, it's implied what happens, but it's rushed. I guess they had to just end it. And then you have the Bleach one shot. You know I love Bleach. This is an after story of the end of the series, basically. And then this is from the same person that did Dead Man in Wonderland. It's about a spirit photographer. It's got a crazy twist. I'll say that. Very good. I actually bought the book volume of like all the short stories that this is included in. Very good read. Very, very much worth the money. And then last with Our Blood Oath. I don't even remember what it was about. It's about two brothers and he controls blood. I don't know. I was just reading this because I wanted something to read at the time. And I was like, okay, whatever. It's okay. I don't remember too much about it. But yeah. But yeah, that's all I got. Thank you for watching, and yeah, see you next time.